Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make your custom button bar using SwiftUI. So I made this button bar using SwiftUI, which is I'm going to show you how to make that, and I switch between two different views, which is home view and as well settings view. So I made this small button bar, and when you click on screen it just hides with animation. Also when you click back again it will display automatically like this. So also, if you see I have views, you can add your views here. So I just made a simple home view with the text, and as well settings view, same exact home view, vstack and text here. So yeah, which is a simple button bar. So let's get started. So I'm just gonna open new project. So I will just simply open new project and let's name custom button bar tutorial. All right, so we have a empty project. I will show you everything from scratch. Alright guys, so first of all, let's make two different views. I will open new folder right here and let's name it views or screens. So open new file. Shortcut is Command N and click on SwiftUI view and let's say home view. So as well, I'm gonna open new file, select SwiftUI and let's name it settings view like this. So let's redesign the home view simply. You can skip this part if you don't want to. I will just simply add a vstack. So as well, I'm gonna make it dark mode like this. And let's add some frame. Let's say max width 350 and as well max height 450 like this. So we can add a background and let's add background ultra thin material. And I'm gonna just add a corner radius. So we can rename this hello world to settings view to see a difference between the views when we switch between them. Home view like this. Alright, so we can move to button bar script. So just open new file again and select SwiftUI view again. So write button bar like this simply. Click on create, and which is gonna be string, and as well title, yeah. And also is selected bool and the action. Alright, perfect. So let's open a button right here and we have a vstack, and as well open zstack inside this vstack because we're gonna add a button with background of the. Alright, so open circle and write fill that color that blue, but make sure you add is selected at the first because we should switch between the colors if selected or not. So to show player, to show the user selected or not colors, and if selected then color.white, and else it's gonna be width 40 as well. And let's add an overlay circle to make it circle, and inside this overlay write rounded rectangle and add some corner radius 100, and as well let's add a stroke on the corners, and stroke color is gonna be black, and also make opacity, and lastly we can add line width like this. So as well I'm gonna add some overlay. So as you see, rounded rectangle corner radius 100, and I add a stroke color with black 0.2, and also some line width. If it's selected will display, else we're gonna set to 0. Alright, so lastly we should add an image, an icon for the selected tab icon on the button bar. So just give a foreground color or foreground style gray color. So this is done. Alright, we have a button, and let's make this a component down here. Open new struct called button, make it view. So you can just paste it down here. Alright, so we should delete this as well. Alright, we can now just call it on the anywhere we want to in this application. Alright, so now we can delete these codes right here. We're gonna write our button bar code to switch between screens. So and right here, open a zstack at first, and let's make background clear like this, and add a content shape and write rectangle as well, and make a new variable state private. Actually it's not gonna be selected button, so it's gonna be is button bar visible. So just delete here and write equal true. So this is gonna be when so right here we're gonna make if the user clicked on the screen will false, like it's gonna hide the button bar. When it's clicked again will display back. So for doing this, so we're gonna use on tap. When the user clicked on the screen or tapped the screen, you're gonna switch between visible and invisible. So for doing this, first of all, let's check if the is button bar visible. Then we're gonna add some animation. So right with animation, and also we can set the animation style with dot is in out. You can select different one right here, is in or is in or is out or is in out. So I'm gonna use is in out, and let's say let's give some duration time like this, and you can set to 3 and just make it is button bar visible. So this is gonna be is button bar, not U, it's gonna be O. So let's change these. So is button bar visible, make it false. So else, again, we're gonna do same thing, but let's make it true. All right, so we have this. So go down, add a V stack now. So first write Z stack. So we add a Z stack now to switch between screens. The reason is we are using the Z stack. It's because you can switch between screens inside this button bar. So now it's time to make a private var and to switch between these screens. So now, before on that, let's add screens names. So write enum tab. You can rename this anything you want, and write case, home, and settings. All right, so move on top and write state private var selected tab and home. Yeah, exact this. So write if selected tab is equal to home, then display home screen, right? You see, it just displayed the home screen right now. So we're gonna add some transition to display it with animation. So write transition, and there's some different styles you can use. For example, opacity or scale or slide. So in this case, I'm gonna use dot scale like this, and removal will be scale combined with opacity. So you can use just different transitions right here. So also for removal, we're gonna use the same thing. So I'm just gonna copy right here this code and paste it here. All right. So this is gonna display home if the selected tab is home. Also, let's add else. So we should write else selected tab as settings. Then we're gonna write same things. This super is wrong. We're gonna delete it and just change home view to settings view. All right. So we have these screens. So we need to add the button bar here to switch between them. All right, for displaying the button bar, we should make the view. So we should redesign the custom button bar UI right here. So open the new track called custom button bar like this and make it. All right, so first of all, write binding var selected tab button bar tab. Exactly this one. So open edge stack to next to each other right here and give some spacing, make it 30. All right, so write button bar button, and we have icon name, and let's rename to, it's gonna be home, and for is selected, write selected tab equal home, and we don't have any action for here. The action is gonna be with animation. Just write selected tab dot home, and again copy this for the settings view. Right, I guess it's gonna be gear, and the title will be settings, and the title settings, and change this to settings as well, also here. So let's call this custom button bar in here. So go to Z stack and write dot animation. I'm gonna use spring animation, and this spring has some response. It's going to be 0.4 damping friction. We don't need body here, so just delete it, and as well write value and write selected tab. So add some frame with infinity, and it's time to display. And now let's just display the custom button bar and just add animation with transition dot blur replace. All right, it should be ready now. So I'm gonna just click on these, and you see it just works perfectly. So I'm just gonna make the background dark. All right, we have button, and it's hiding and shows perfectly. So we just forgot to add some background on here. So you can just use like this or adding some background, but I'm gonna add in this video. For adding background, go to custom button bar view, and under this edge stack, so I'm gonna add some foreground style called, it's gonna be white. Let's give some padding, horizontally give 12, and Also padding vertical 5 and give some corner radius 100, and as well give some overlay with 100 corner radius and stroke black opacity 0.3 and line width 0.5. Alright, so the final view is this. You can switch between the views smoothly and you can hide your button bar with clicking on screen, anywhere on screen like this. So it just works perfectly. It was a video, thanks for watching.